Good evening, everybody. Note for next year, should look at a video before right speech. It's awfully close. It's amazing. Good evening. My name's Todd Lifson, and I'm a longtime partner of Beth's. It's truly an honor to introduce Beth Kieffer Leonard tonight. When someone has accomplished as much as Beth, it's easy to spend your time talking about her accomplishments and titles. And Beth certainly earned them. She became the first female partner at our firm. She helped build Lurie into a premier professional services firm, and she led with extraordinary steadiness through some of the most challenging times, including the aftermath of Bernie Madoff scandal, the financial crisis of 2007 and 8. Then came the pandemic, and we also had our share of legal issues that we had to get through. And those accomplishments by themselves are remarkable. But you know what? They really didn't define Beth. What defines Beth is people. She has helped these people become better. I've had the privilege of working with her for almost 3 decades. In fact, I've probably spent more professional time with Beth than almost anybody. We've worked through client opportunities, challenges, and just about every important decision together. Every year, we'd sit down and I'd ask her the same question. Okay, Beth, what should I be focused on this year? What do we want to do? And most of the years, the answer was about clients, growth, building the firm, not surprising. Then one year she gave me an answer that completely changed the trajectory of my career. She looked at me and said, "Your greatest value to the firm is no longer what you accomplish yourself. It's what you help other people become." Well, honestly, that really wasn't the answer I was looking for. I love serving clients. I love difficult problems. I love building a business. But you know what? Beth saw something in me that I didn't yet see in myself. She convinced me that investing in younger partners would multiply my impact far beyond anything I could accomplish alone. She was right, as usual. Watching others grow into exceptional leaders has become one of the most rewarding parts of my career, and that is Beth's gift. She sees potential in people before they see it in themselves, and then she helps them get there, whether serving clients, mentoring colleagues, or leading our community, or personally helping refugees build new lives. Beth always has been focused on making other people's lives better. And that's what she's the most. If you know her, though, if you know her well, that's not what Beth is most proud of. Her greatest joy has always been her family. Todd, he's Todd 1, I'm Todd 2, actually. But at work, I'm Todd 1 and he's Todd 2. Todd has been her partner through this entire journey, and together they've built a wonderful family, and it remains the center of her life. In many ways, her greatest success isn't what she built professionally, it's the life that they built together. Okay, if you're one of her people, she will fight for you. She'll protect you. She'll always be there when you need her. When Beth became the first female partner of our firm, she just didn't open the door. She held it open. She made others walk through it. She developed leaders, and she changed lives. That's leadership, and that's legacy. And that's exactly why Beth Kieffer Leonard is so deserving of this honor. Please join me in welcoming a remarkable leader, my partner, my mentor, my dear friend, and the next inductee into the Hall of Fame, Beth Kieffer Leonard.
Wow, I don't know who that person is that he just described. People always ask me about what's my advice for them when they're young partners, and I said, find yourself your Todd. And that's really been my whole story of my whole life. So I had the pleasure and honor of being on the Carlson School Advisory Board for very many years. And as you walk from the Skyway past to the Executive Ed, there's the wall of all the inductees of the Hall of Fame. And for 15 years, I walked by that wall, and I looked at it, and I said, wow, those people are incredible. They've made a huge impact on this community. I never even thought of myself as being on that wall. And so to be here standing before you, knowing that I'll be added to those names is really incredible. So thank you. I want to thank Twin Cities Business Magazine, Adam, Shelley, and the editorial board. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this honor. And what I really want to say is there are 3 words to describe how I feel tonight about this honor. I feel overwhelmed, I feel honored, but most importantly, I really feel grateful. I'm honored to be recognized alongside the other inductees who, while we may not have spent much time together, we all know we should be friends, so we'll figure out how we're going to get together later. So your accomplishments and leadership are outstanding. Overwhelmed because this truly is unexpected and makes tonight incredibly special. And I'm grateful to have been able to have a career that allowed me to experience so much inside the halls of our firm, as well as outside in the greater community. I often joke that I need to write a book because the stories I've collected over the years are more than one would expect, especially from an accountant. My gratitude begins tonight with my 91-year-old mom, who is here this evening, who armed me with the idioms, loose lips sink ships. You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, and the elephant looks a certain way depending on which end you're touching. A great foundation for anyone and lessons to guide you no matter where you are. My husband, Todd, who after almost 43 years of marriage still makes me laugh, enjoys the beautiful sunset on the lake and the snow on the mountain together. None of this that I have accomplished would have been possible without you by my side. Your constant support, understanding, and care allowed me to be the best I could be. And sometimes that was not too pretty. And you never made me feel less than in any way. Love and joy should be our portion. Our original 3, Danny, Zach, and Eli, and their 2 wives, Ari and Nikki. Each of you answers my calls, usually, includes me in your lives, and makes us proud every day. My mom gave me a plaque when Eli was born that still is in our kitchen. It reads, "There is a special place in heaven for the mother of 3 boys." While that may be true, I would not have changed 1 minute. We are blessed beyond belief for the gift of time we get to spend together. If I were to write the song list of my life, it starts with any song with yes. Yes, we can get that done. Yes, we can do all those things in 1 day, in 1 week, in 1 month, or in 1 year. I never heard no. I heard, go back and reconfigure, come up with an alternative plan, see if there's another way to do that. No was not in my vocabulary. Sometimes that led to overcommitting, expectations that might have been too high, and a universe that did not cooperate with my timeline. Those were rare, at least that's what I remember. When I started working at Lurie more than 40 years ago, I could not imagine what my life would be. At that moment, I cared about 2 things. 1, that I did not have a run in my nylons. wears nylons anymore? Okay, and could I please pass the CPA exam? Okay, more importantly, I could not imagine the people I would meet, the places I would go, or to the experiences I would have, all because of finding the right place to be me. As I have been known to say, I was the same person in the parking lot as when I crossed the threshold of the office, and that is a liberating feeling. It meant that the longtime receptionist always interrupted any meeting I had if one of our kids was calling, or if my best friend Patty called, because she was sure that that was something more important than anything I was doing. And I did not have to apologize for those priorities. The principles of the founders of our firm were committed to are still here today. Investment in people and their dreams, and the virtuous circle of business ownership and lifting people up will follow. One of those clients is here this evening, Sid Bader, a man in the Real Estate Hall of Fame himself. I have learned so much from you, and I'm grateful for that. A professional services firm like ours starts with incredible partners, the ones that came before me, the ones that I've spent the last 30 years with, and the ones that will be there 30 years from now. We built an organization on trust, respect, stewardship, and most of all, fun. Fun is the hallmark of who we are, and like magnets that attract, the more fun we had, the more people wanted to join us. We did things a little bit differently. We shared ideas, we were collaborative with each other, with our clients, and with our community. Each of those three legs of the stool were equal: clients, colleagues, and community. To be a whole organization, we needed to prioritize all three. And although times required us to change 4 years ago, we made that decision together, too. As I take time to reflect on this chapter of my life, I'm profoundly grateful to all the people who have shown me kindness, including me with their families, and allowed me to share their dreams. One of the greatest opportunities came from being the only woman in the room, and what that meant to other women leaders and business owners. More than 30 years ago, my adventure in peer-to-peer mentoring started with what we called our Cinecon group. Two of those original members are here today as my dear friends and trusted colleagues. Our firm sponsored the Women's Presidents Organization chapters, and that has one of the largest contingent in the country is in Minnesota. There was a hunger for women business owners to share knowledge and opportunities. Those women too are here this evening, and we would not have been who we are today without all of them, so thank you. While so much has changed in the past 4 decades, the work is not done. And I know the next generation of women will continue to excel and grow our Minnesota and national economies. So that takes me to the University of Minnesota, the place where it all began. I have often said that I'm very fortunate that it is the nationally recognized Carlson School, because I can tell you that the name on my diploma does not say that. It says something a little bit different. But Dean Prankert, former deans here, and John Stavig, the director of the Home Center for Entrepreneurship, you have all been instrumental in allowing me to continue learning, continue exploring, and continue expanding my worldview. Another experience I'm grateful for. And that led a call from the former Hall of Fame, or the Hall of Fame gentleman, Mike Fitterman, who said, "I think you'd be good for the University of Minnesota Foundation Board." And I said, "Okay." And he goes, "And it won't take that much time." John Morris and the team at the University of Minnesota Foundation, I look forward to helping you accomplish everything that the University of Minnesota needs to be. So rah, rah, rah for Ski-U-Mah. I started my remarks with my family, and I will end with them too. When the article came out in the Twin Cities Business Magazine, I received an inquiry from someone who had worked with my dad. He inquired if I was in fact Leroy Kieffer's daughter, as he had recalled my dad said his daughter was an accountant. After I responded that I was indeed his daughter, he replied to me with this: "Your father was one of the best men I've ever come across in my life. He and your mother attended my wedding many years ago, and we brought our children both in to meet him as soon as they were born. I have so many great memories of him and the many things he taught me about life, family, work, and business. I miss him. We used to get together for a few years and have lunch after the winter passed and he was retired. Those meals always ended too soon. So many memories, so many stories. Your father was an incredible person. I just wanted you to know, having never met you in person." My dad showed up, stayed until the end, treated people fairly, and held his family close. Oh, and he said I couldn't get married until I graduated college. Those are the values I have tried to live up to my entire life. I know my work isn't done, that there will be another chapter for me to write, but for now, I'm looking forward to spending time with our grandchildren, and maybe include their parents if they behave, and learning that saying no is a thing. Thank you so much for this incredible recognition.